Hello and welcome to We Draw More in this series of videos where I choose 5 cards for less than $5 total to upgrade a commander precon. In this video I'm looking at Dance of the Elementals, commanded by Ashling the Limitless. Ashling is a 2/3 elemental sorcerer that costs 2 generic and red, and they have elemental spells you cast from your hand have Evoke 4. Whenever you sacrifice a non-token elemental, create a token that's a copy of it. That token gains haste until end of turn. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice it unless you pay WUBRG. White, blue, black, red, green. That ability makes Ashling a 5-color commander. Ashling wants you to play an elemental tribal deck where those elementals have enters the battlefield triggers and or dies triggers. With that in mind, let's see what cards I chose to add to the deck. There are Cavalier cards in all 5 colours. The green one is already in the deck. Of the 4 others, I think the blue one, Cavalier of Gales, is the most interesting. Cavalier of Gales is a 5/5 elemental knight for 2 generic and 3 blue for 60 cents. It has flying, and when Cavalier of Gales enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. This is like the card Brainstorm, but on a body. Then it has, when Cavalier of Gales dies, shuffle it into its owner's library, then scry 2. If you evoke this with Ashling, you get a Brainstorm, shuffle Cavalier into its library, scry 2, and then you get to Brainstorm again. Rockslide Elemental is a 25-cent 1/1 elemental, first strike, and whenever another creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Rockslide Elemental. I chose Rockslide to be cast, not evoked, and grow from all your other elementals, evoking, who immediately get sacrificed and go to the graveyard. Horde of Notions is a 5/5 elemental for WUBRG and has vigilance, trample, and haste. And white, blue, black, red, green, you may play target elemental card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Again, get this into play by casting it, not evoking it, and use it to get elementals you are evoking and sacrificing back into play. Horde of Notions comes in at $1.30. Fourth choice is Kels Fight Fixer. Kels is a 4/3 Azra Warlock for 2 generic and 2 black for 32 cents. And they have Menace, and whenever you sacrifice a creature, you may pay Dimir Hybrid. If you do, draw a card. They also have 1 generic. Sacrifice a creature to give Kels indestructible until end of turn. But I chose Kels to let us get more elementals out of our deck every time we evoke one and they get sacrificed. My last choice is a fairly simple one. Walker of the Grove is a 7/7 elemental for 6 generic and 2 green, but we don't care about its casting cost. It has, when Walker of the Grove leaves the battlefield, create a 4/4 green elemental creature token. Evoke, 4 generic, 1 green. Evoke this with Ashling and you get a 4/4 when the Walker is sacrificed. You get a hasty 7/7 elemental token to attack with, and then another 4/4 elemental creature token if you let the 7/7 get sacrificed on the next end step. Walker costs 20 cents. All told, I spent $2.67 collecting 5 budget cards with which to upgrade the Dance of the Elementals precon. What budget cards would you add to the deck? What did you think of my choices? Why not let me know in the comments?